What's going on, YouTube? This is BoxingWave. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Uh, I wanted to speak on Andy Ruiz. I've been paying attention to what's been going on. Seeing his social media. I mean, the lifestyle has changed dramatically. This is what happens when you go from making pennies to making millions so quickly. You go from just being a replacement fighter to unified champion at heavyweight. Overnight you became a celebrity, and you lost the hunger, you lost the motivation, you gained weight, and got dominated in the rematch. And you disappointed a lot of fans. And I'm here to say, I was disappointed as well, but I also understand that it can happen to anyone. I mean, there are people that are dead broke. They don't have anything. They can be negative $20 in their bank account, and they can win $10,000, something as low as that, and burn it all, just like that. It just happens. You know, it is what it is. It's very hard to stay motivated when you win that kind of money so quickly. He didn't work his way up to winning that kind of money. I'm not talking about what he did in the ring. I'm talking about working his way up to win that amount of money at one time. It didn't gradually grow. Like Wilder has been gradually growing. Joshua gradually growing as far as purses. Andy Ruiz just got a opportunity of a lifetime overnight and won. And it made more in a rematch. It's hard to stay hungry. Let's just be honest with ourselves. I'm disappointed just like everyone else. In the videos, he's wearing his jewelry, he's flashing all this, his house, his cars. He got the shades on, and I see Dillian White. I see Dillian White talking. I see that, Eddie Hearn is trying to put a match together between him and Dillian White. Yeah, Dillian White's talking. I'm a big supporter of Dillian White, so don't think I'm dissing him for knocking him, but Dillian White shouldn't do too much talking. Because in this last fight, he struggled against a fighter that he should have blown away. All right? Marius Watt gave him a tough fight, and Dillian White looked even worse than Andy Ruiz did, in my opinion. In fact, if the Ruiz that fought Joshua in a rematch fought Dillian White that night, I would have picked Ruiz to win. That's how bad Dillian White looked that night. That night specifically. That was the worst we've ever seen him. That was the heaviest he ever weighed. And he still fought in the same year. He had one of his toughest fights in the same year. It's not like he went a long period without fighting. Now I understand he was stressed out of everything that was surrounding that fight, waiting to be cleared. And I understand the stress that comes with it. Depression. You eat, you gain weight. And it was a last minute, jump on the car, just get in there, get in the mix, just to stay active. And I get it. I'm glad he's back. But he needs to get on his game too before he fights any of these guys that are possible opponents, names that's been thrown around. He needs to get back in tip top shape. I would love to see him fight Andy Ruiz, but to be honest with you, I'm not excited for either, especially Andy Ruiz, until I see them in another match. Now, Andy has switched trainers. He's moved on from Manny Robles. All right, he's a longtime trainer, and it's sad. It's disappointing to hear, but at the same time, after he lost to Joshua, all the news came out that he wasn't really preparing. He was going out partying and stuff like that. Listen, if you lack that much discipline and you're not even listening to your trainer, it's time to move on. It sucks, but it's time to move on because that just means that your trainer, your coach is just, you're never going to listen to him anymore. You know, You made the big bucks. You need someone that's gonna push you to be great. And sometimes, in order for that to happen, you have to move on from whoever you were with. It is what it is. You know, you still have a name now. You are a celebrity now. You need to get back in it. And for me, I'm not gonna get excited for any Andy Ruiz fight at this point until I see what he can do. If he can bounce back being a multi-millionaire, then I can say, okay, here we go. Andy Ruiz is back. But at this point, at this stage, right now, I gotta see what he can do. I actually believe, Dillian White thing, Dillian White being out of shape and everything. I can understand that as well. But I would expect him to be in tip top shape, knowing that mentally he's well. Like he's already been making millions for fights. So I know it's not like Andy Ruiz where he's going from making a couple 100,000 and his largest purse to making multi millions in two fights back to back. So I get it. I expect Dillian to look well in his next fight. Andy Ruiz just don't know. I don't know how he's gonna look in this next fight, but hopefully he's motivated. You know, because you just don't. The dude is really talented, and you just don't want to put all that talent to waste. So hopefully he bounces back, looks strong. But what I made this video because with all the bashing that's going on, which is well deserved, I understand like hitting your peak in life, your greatest moment in life, and just not knowing how to handle it and falling right off. It's a human thing. It's a very human thing. In fact, it happens to most people when they hit their absolute uh peak as far as finances. It is what it is. It happens. All right. Sure, there's all points of our lives when we made or gained a lot more money than what we were used to having, and you did something stupid with it. I think that we all have moments where that happened. Most of us do at least. All right. So listen. I look forward to seeing how he's gonna bounce back. If he is going to bounce back, but if he doesn't, if he comes back looking sloppy as hell again, I'm gonna say, hey, it is what it is. This guy had a chance. Maybe he's just not motivated. He's made his money, and maybe he doesn't give a damn no more, or maybe he does. We'll see. All right. I wanted to make a quick video on that. I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.